Question. Could you please clarify how we communicate, not with words, but through vibration? My brother has Angelman syndrome and lives in another country with my parents. I would like to know how to communicate with him. I am recognizing that instead of focusing on what I think he needs, or what my parents could do better in taking care of him, or the extra support they need by medical professionals, I want to be a deliberate co-creator with my brother. I want to be a cooperative component to what's in his vortex, instead of trying to create it for him and for my parents. There's so much tension in my family around his condition, and that he will never speak and has frequent seizures, but at the same time is also probably one of the most consistently happy people in our family. How can I best be a cooperative component to his desires without looking at his condition that he was born with? And did my brother choose to be born with Angelman syndrome? And if so, why? And what does living with Angelman syndrome mean for him? I want to be a supportive sister and help him get the care he needs so my family can look beyond his condition and see him as the curiosity-driven, deliberately focused, happy boy that he is. Could you tell me what's in his vortex so that I can help elevate that by focusing on it? We know all of you have had the experience where you have thought about someone and then they reach out to you to communicate. It happens more frequently these days as you have so much ability for immediate or instant communication. Esther has been saying for years, thoughts are in the air. She has a friend who says, I need to put on my tinfoil hat because as soon as I think a thought, you find that thought. And our point in reminding you of these experiences that we know you've all had is that you are communicating more through your thoughts than you are through any other means of communication. However, for thoughts to be conveyed, transmitted and received, the transmitter and the receiver must be on the same vibrational wavelength, so to speak. In other words, if you are feeling very discouraged about something, that's when someone who is hanging around on their emotional scale in the vicinity of discouragement would reach out to you. So each of you have landed on your emotional scale in a similar place. Let's say in this example, in discouragement. So you reach out and bring back to you something that matches that, while they're reaching out and bringing back to them something that matches that, and there you are together having communication. This is the way the law of attraction works. Your letter to us was mostly about what you want. Even though there were many words in explanation, and some of them pointed toward the things that your family is struggling about, and therefore that you are struggling about because they are struggling about it. As you talked about what he can't do, and frequent seizures, and that sort of thing. Most of what you said, more important, most of what you meant was, how can you be of value to him? And the most important thing that we want you to hear is that it's not your brother and what's going on with him so much that is causing resistance in your vibration. It's your family's response to him that's active in your vibration and causing resistance. If you were talking to us only about him, we would say, you're already there. You are already communicating to his inner being and feeling impulses that are of benefit to him. You said, how can I best be a cooperative component to his desires without looking at his condition? And we say, that really isn't the question. The question is, how can I be a cooperative component to my brother's desires without introducing into the equation how others around him feel about him? And that answers the other questions that you posed here. He chose to be born with Angelman syndrome for the benefit of those like you and your parents to find alignment anyway. He, like so many, understands that so much that goes on your planet is about conditional love, responses to conditions. believing that I must create or adjust or change or fix this condition so that I and others can have a better feeling response to it. That's backwards. It doesn't work like that. And so sometimes consciousness, energies, souls, entities, whatever you want to call that non-physical focus, decides, well, I'll come forth into a body and I'll be different enough that I won't be the one making the adjustments. And the adjustments that others will have to make around me in order to feel good will help them immensely. We like how you pointed out that he is curiosity-driven and deliberately focused and a happy boy. He didn't sacrifice himself. He came deliberately for this purpose of helping many understand how creation works, what attraction is. So we don't want to set you off on a tangent of now thinking that you must now help your parents understand all of this. We know you understand it. Your brother knew that it wouldn't just be his different approach to life that you would be harmonizing around. He knew that there would be a whole cluster of responders to his condition that would all have to work it out for themselves. He anticipated all of that and came forth eagerly to play his role. As you focus upon him as a happy boy, until that is so consistent in your vibration, then you will be an influencer of others around him. And it is nice, really, that you are at a distance. When you don't allow yourself to be a sounding board for complaints or worries of your parents. At first, they may feel that you are being selfish and unwilling to help them share their burden. But you have to make up your mind that you don't see this as a burden, and that you are not unwilling to share attention upon your brother. You want that. You are not forsaking any of them. You're in this, but you are in it with a light heart, not a heavy heart. You are in it with clarity, not confusion. And if they want that, they will follow your lead. And they'll make up excuses. Oh, yes, it's easier for you. You're far, far away. You should be here with us. That's not anything for you to tend to or do anything about. Your work is alignment. Your mood will reflect whether you find it or not. And your mood will indicate the value that you have to others. That's what your brother knows. And you must know it too. And others will come around to it or not. But what they do really is not up to you. When you think about it, your brother made a strong decision so that you could find your place. Well, your parents did not make a strong decision just like that, but they're making decisions every day about how they feel. So, from your point of view, whether it is your brother whose decisions you can't change and that really are none of your business, so it is with your parents who are making these decisions which you can't change, which are really none of your business. All you can do is make your business how you feel. And when you do that, and you feel mostly good, we would like to say that about you. The curiosity-driven, deliberately focused, happy girl that is you.